What's up?
What up, man? What up, my boy?
What's up, homie?
Chilling, bro.
Good. Good drive?
Yes, sir.
Come on.
Start it off real quick. All right, it's recording. Get to it. Yo, we're at the stew. We're at G's stew, to be specific. You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
So we're just gonna vibe out today. We're recording some drums today, huh?
We are, man.
Ooh, baby, God.
Gonna be it's gonna be fun. We're doing a little improv sesh, which we'll obviously tell you guys about, but gonna be playing my 58 Ludwigs. But yeah,
This kid's crazy.
still gotta get the studio set up. But anyway.
Today and tomorrow we're recording some pretty special moments. I mean, y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like we a band, you know what I'm saying? We making a band, bro. It's gonna be like crazy, bro. Trying to figure out the name of it still.
So we have, obviously,
Give them the option.
Placeholder has been like D-Lo X GPT,
Yeah.
which is just D-Lo GPT X collab. You know what I mean? But
Simple enough.
it makes sense to us, but we also know it's a mouthful.
Yeah.
And so we've been experimenting with
Different names.
still
man.
using our letters, but like more of a proper name.
Yeah. You know what's one that I really liked, but I don't know if we'll ever use it. Like Good News.
Good news, yeah.
Good News kind of goes hard.
We were in
But we ain't no church band either. You know what I'm saying? Like people
That's
might
true.
misunderstand.
Good news. Yeah, but
it's
we're
fire.
church kids though, you know. So
Yeah,
we
well, I
love the
know.
Lord.
Yeah.
But we were in London. We passed around this idea being called the Good News, or not the Good News.
Just Good News, which kind of goes crazy.
It's kind of hard, but
I don't know. What's another one we had? I forget.
good. Wait, good was that one?
Oh, Good.
'Cause that's
Good
how
was
the Good came
hard,
about.
but with two X's.
Two
So
X,
it's
yeah.
GXXD.
So the G, D.
I like the X. We got whatever it is. It should like an X should be in there.
Oh, and then there's a new one we've been tossing around.
Oh.
You know, it's like I like it. I think we both like it because it's still our names. It's DXG,
Yeah.
which still stands for like Danny
Yeah.
and Garrett.
But also, dog.
Dog. DXG.
That's hard. I love
dog.
that.
But we're thinking about dog.
Well, I said just keep it DXG potentially. True. That was my first thought, but I don't know. And then
I was like,
I think you made this up.
what if it was Dog House? So, you know, there's something like we wanted a name. We don't want to. Obviously, we're like serious about our music, but we don't take ourselves too serious
At all.
At all. I think that's important. And so there's something about like the dogs, like Dog House.
No, I love it. I'm with it. I need some time to make.
We gotta simmer on it.
Yeah, we need some.
We'll probably
But
take.
put in the comments based on what you've heard, what you like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you like
Dog House.
dog?
But I do like the idea of like the X being double meaning of like, you know, it's like for instance, one of my favorite bands, our favorite band is like a hiatus coyote.
Yeah.
They don't. I think they spell hiatus the way it's supposed to be spelled, but coyote is like
Different. It's with a K,
wacky,
right?
With a K, it will
Yeah.
straight into a Y. It's like
Yeah, it's different.
different spelling, and so, but it's interesting. It's like
K Tornado is another what is that word?
yeah,
You know
and
what
it's
I'm
like
saying?
a mix of
It's
like I
cool.
want to say his name in Canada and like 'cause he's
That's
from Canada.
sick.
Like I think we like the thought of like our music being more like experimental and like a little off center and like creative. I think a name that isn't just so straight up is also, I don't know, super appealing to me at least.
100%. So yeah, that's what we're working through. I feel like for those who don't know and they're just like watching this and they're like, what the heck are these guys? We're just two bros.
Just two bros.
Freaking making music together. Music stuff is like we're making a jazz
Yep.
mixed with everything else that we were influenced by, I guess. I don't know what to call it yet, but
Yeah.
it's a jazz record. It's an instrumental record.
It's a jazz instrumental record,
Yeah.
but we have such different backgrounds too. It's
Yeah.
like the album has like Latin influence.
Yeah.
It has heavy like hip hop influence and
Yeah.
like R&B and cinematic elements.
Yeah, for
and,
sure. It's fun. I think it's just us.
It's just
which
us.
Is really, it's very honest.
And I feel like we've been making this project too, like, I don't know. I feel more inspired than I have been in a long time.
Yeah.
You know, it's like kind of leading up to this year, especially, dude, coming off of like last year.
Oh, y'all. If y'all followed us individually, it was a crazy year. But you know what? This year, we get to focus on what this is. Whatever we name it, I don't know what we're gonna name it yet. Yeah. But whatever our duo project will be, we get to focus on that. And we already have quite a few songs written. So we're almost done with it. We're like popping you into kind of the end of the process, but
yeah. And some of you who've like kind of followed us on our like personal social media,
you've seen little clips, you know what I'm saying?
And
little
tastes, but yeah, we're
hitting it hard.
We're hitting hard.
We're gonna be like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's gonna be good. Which kind of like leads to like right now.
Oh yeah, I mean, so today and tomorrow.
Yeah, today and tomorrow we've got 2
sessions.
Today is we've got like on the record so far we have 6 songs.
Yeah.
But we're wanting to record these.
Okay, you know, one day I was dreaming up some stuff and I was like, you know what? And me and Garrett were like, oh, should we write more like songs to this thing? Should we do a cover, which we need to talk about?
Yeah.
I think that's something worth looking into. And I was like, what if we did some interludes of just a piano interlude?
Yeah.
For Garrett, just him playing drums. Because in my head, it's like when I hear Garrett play, and like I feel like a lot of people feel this, where you hear Garrett play and it's like, that's a song in itself, just him playing the drums. So it's like, what can we say in an interlude? It could be a minute long, it could be 5 minutes long, it doesn't matter. The only challenge with these interludes, Garrett, I'm challenging you.
Challenge me.
It has to go into the next song. Because I love on an album when songs interact with each other and like, sometimes you don't even know that the song changed when you're listening to an album.
Yeah.
I love albums, so I'm a big album guy. So that's the only challenge. That's the only prompt for this thing. And it's cool because I have an idea for tomorrow, like a melody idea, but I really don't know what is gonna happen. I don't know what Garrett has planned or if you even planned anything.
Low key, I haven't. Just so y'all know, like my background, I come from kind of all over the place. Like my family, like heavy rock and roll, heavy soul, heavy country, like wide spectrum, like listening to classical music, because you know I'm like trained musician and orchestras and concert band, and then in jazz, like jazz was a huge part of my life, and so a lot of my playing is rooted in like a lot of like jazz roots and like improvisatory playing, and I love, so like my goal is like I don't have any agenda, but it's like free form. We're gonna sit down and we're just gonna like paint. One of incredible producer, his name's Rick Rubin, and Danny and we've talked about this before, but like I think it's super kind of important for us even in this season is like, and like a part of like today and tomorrow's assignment is like there's 2 types of creators, you know, and like people who make things, and like one of those is like trade work, like a craft and being a craftsman. But the difference between like a craftsmanship and like artistry is with a craft, like you still have to put on all this training to like learn the skill and stuff, but you know what you're getting at the end of the project.
Yeah.
Like
you're almost you're
executing. Yeah, it's like it's the difference between being like a hired studio musician of like, hey, I want this done. That's craft work. True. You know, you go in, I know how to get the sound, I know what sound is gonna be, I'm gonna play the part, and I'm done. Versus like artistry is like allowing yourself to get lost in the process. Like we don't know what this thing's gonna sound like, you know, and we just wanted, Danny said it the other day, it was like, we just want to chase the magic, you know what I mean? Like we know the feeling we want to catch with our music and how we want it to come across, but I have no idea how today's gonna go.
Yo, I'm excited.
I have no idea. Go to the return track and make sure it's monitoring in. Like you see how in my other channels?
Yeah, return tracks don't have that.
Okay.
So you have to do a channel.
Can you on my my group, my GPT group,
Oh, send it to
drum group. Can you turn it all the way up?
Try that.
Let me get inspired real quick.
Save it. That's some good stuff in there.
I've done a lot of sessions in my life, obviously, and I have a huge background in jazz and like recording, and like I love soloing, but I've never tracked just a drum piece that has gone on an album. That's like lived on forever, you know what I mean? So it's like, I've kind of got, I don't know, kind of like butterflies a little bit. You know?
Let's go. That's sick.
Like nerve, like. I can tell creatively, like, there's something on the line.
Yeah, that's good.
Bro, for real though.
No, that, I feel like you gotta tap into that. That's the only way. I think that's how you're gonna find the truest form of this thing. Cause this is just you, like you said, it's like,
yeah.
And it's going on something that like you hold dear to yourself. So it's like.
And I'm trying to like.
That's fire.
I feel like it's important to. I feel like I know my sound.
Yeah.
Which is cool to say.
Right.
Like,
that's fire.
In my career, it's like I know what my sound is.
Yeah.
And to like, you know, you even hear like young drummers too, like trying, like doing it.
Yeah,
like,
that's fire.
And so
100%.
a lot of that comes from my marching background, which I want to lean into, like you to be mindful of, like as I'm tracking, like, does it groove? Does it feel like have a cadence to it? But then on my ghost note rudimentary, shit, you know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, I think that's the most important part. It's just like, who are you? And because you know who you are, you can express that. Yeah. So it's like, this is the coolest thing about recording this right now, is that this is not a conversation. It was like, who am I? You're not finding who you are. You're kind of letting people know.
Just express myself.
You're just expressing, bro.
Yeah.
So whatever that means, bro, if you get in there and you're like, I want to play a ballad right now, play the damn ballad. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I just want to play cymbals in this section. Like, who cares? Like, This is freedom of expression, like, at the truest form. Like, the question is that you need to answer right now.
At this moment in my life, what do I want to say?
What do you have to say? That's it.
Let's do it. Okay.
My boy, that was crazy. Like, even when you went, like, I would keep all that.
Really?
That was crazy.
And I'm not afraid of it being like, it doesn't have to be this thing that like builds and
No, bro.
I just want it to feel like expressive and open.
Bro, all of that was kind of crazy.
And vulnerable. You know what I mean? Like, but I don't want to get locked into just playing a groove. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I love the expression in the beginning, obviously. I love the groove. Like, live in the groove for a bit, because the reality is that, like, that's what drums are.
Yeah.
You're expressing yourself, and you're expressing what drums are. You're explaining what tones. Like, that's what I heard you saying when you were playing, even when you stayed on the cymbals. Like, it was just like, you're explaining. You're, like, teaching.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But also, yeah, like, land wherever the heck you want.
Okay. feel like it ended a little bit sooner.
Can we do one more? Hear me out.
Yeah.
I think what's interesting about a first take and about a life story is that there's less tempo than you think in life because things move up and down. So I'm curious to see what you would say if like to not focus on tempo. Does that make sense? Like, I think that was the curious thing about, you were curious earlier.
Not locked into a groove.
You locked in, like, and it's fine because life, sometimes you're locked in, but I think you tap into being curious instead of locking in, I think would be interesting. I think that was, what you just played was beautiful, but I want to hear you being more curious.
No rules.
No rules.
I think this is interesting too. You know, it's like for those like watching or whatever, it's like you spend so much time, especially as a drummer, developing like play a groove, lock into a groove.
Yeah,
like,
and that's beautiful. That's part of it.
Time. And so
Yeah.
it's just fun. It's like this is like a therapy session, like an exercise and like art at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just be curious. You are a phenomenal groove player, like, but you are also an artist, and I think you speak well when you're curious. So, yeah. No rules.
Okay. Solo's gonna be with hot rods, bro.
The whole thing?
There's just something that's inspiring me about it right now.
It's fire. All right, ready? All right, we in the red, my boy.
Yeah.
Bro, that was it, bro. Dude, even the cowbell was in time, bro. Falling at both times. Damn. That was it, bro. Bro, listen back to that. That was
I feel like I was kind of singing to myself a little bit.
Bro, that was an experience, bro. That's what we had to capture. That's what we were trying to capture right there. Yeah. That's a wrap. Is that a wrap for today?
That's a wrap for today.
Yeah, man. Happy Garrett P. Tyler Day, brother. You did it. Dude.
We did it.
Y'all didn't hear the full solo, but it was magical. Oh my God. It was an experience to sit there and watch him do this.
This year's gonna be a highlight for sure of the career, my career, I think Danny's career.
Hey man, just come along for the ride, you know what I'm saying? Maybe like subscribe, or
like
if you want, you know what I'm saying? A little comment.
Share with your grandma.
She loves this kind of music, cuz. Cheers, y'all. Love y'all.
That's a
and
wrap.
that's a wrap, man. Go, 1, 2, 3. Also, we're Doghouse.